Hey guys, all right, so I'm coming to you with a tutorial on these beauties. I had quite a few requests, so I figured let me go ahead and dive in before I head to the gym. So this was the one that I showed on Instagram. And for those of you that are not following me on Instagram, I will have my information below so you can follow me there. This is the one I showed the video on and on Instagram, okay? Then I did this one yesterday, and this is what we're gonna be I'm gonna switch up the colors a little bit because I did incorporate this blue and to my color palette. So now I have 4 colors, but this is the one that I did yesterday. So I used buttons, and this right here is from the jewelry shop, which all of their stuff is 50% off right now. So I just grabbed, there's only 4 to a pack, so I grabbed those and I just put some buttons. I love buttons, guys. Look at this right here. Oh, is that not yummy? It's yummy. So I did put some of those buttons there, and I'm using this beautiful mix right here from my girl Haley, who is the glitter queen, supreme glitter queen. And that's what I'm using here. So let's go ahead and dive in, okay? So what I did in advance to not make this long is I went ahead and did the top part. So I already went here and I added all of my super large jump rings. And what I do is I add 4. So I grab these and I do link these together. This one to this one, this, and this, all 4. And then that is when I'm hanging all of these buttons on, or whatever dangles you guys want to hang. And what I do is I hang 1 button to each one of the rings. 1 button here, 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 except for the top. Well, the top one I have on, but the bottom one I don't, because this one right here is what's I'm gonna show you how to hook onto the rainbow. But all of the other ones that you see have charms on both sides of each one of these jump rings, okay? All right, so I did that one in advance because I don't want to make this video long. The reason why there's this one is because I did a video, and guys, it was like 40 minutes. That's a little much for me. So I had to do some stuff in advance. So I did these 2 in advance, and we're gonna do the next 2 together. I did not adhere these so that you can watch my process. And so I'll just do the bottom 2, and we'll decorate it together, okay? So let's leave those 2 there. The next color that I'm going to work on is going to be pink. And again, these right here are all purchased from Hobby Lobby, okay? They are not on sale this week, and I don't know if they do go on sale, honestly. I didn't buy them when they were on sale. They're $3.99 each though. And the rope is also from Hobby Lobby, which is this one right here. And it seems like the white one, I went to 2 Hobby Lobbies yesterday because I'm trying to get some of those, a lot of the jewelry stuff that's going on clearance, and I didn't get to find a lot. So, but anywho, so this, I couldn't find in either of them, but they do carry rope in these 3 colors for sure. If in case you don't find white, they do have those, okay? And this is $5.99, so that's not bad at all. I didn't care about paying full price for that. So, all right, so let's go ahead and start on the next one. And what I do is my first one, this is gauging off of the 2 I did. It's completely your choice with however big you want your rainbow or small. Mine is 8 inches. So that is what I'm basing everything after that is off of this first one, which is 8. And then what I do is I grab the next piece of rope and then I measure it under here, including the fray, the area down here. And that is when I cut it, because there's no way to pre-do these in advance, just for the fact that as you're wrapping these, you're gonna see that it squishes this, so it makes it even longer. And you'll see as I do them, the reason why you can't pre-do size and measurements on all of them. So, and I'm sorry I live on a very busy street, and I'm 5 minutes from an airport, guys. So there's no way to control with the noise, so I do apologize in advance. Because I can't shut the window, I would die. It's just not, it's warm. So what I do is I grab this, I don't cut it off of here, right? So since we're gonna work on the 3rd one, what I do is I line it up, okay, to the bottom, okay, all the way around, and then I line it up here. And then I cut. So this right here is going to be a little longer, but I prefer to cut it a little longer than shorter, okay? Because I prefer to cut a little bit of waste off of this than a whole big piece of waste, okay? So then what I do is I grab the color I'm going to work with, and I'm going to tie a half knot on here, lightly, okay? Just a little bit, not too tight, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump it up against the first two that I did. The first one, you have to guesstimate how long you want your fray to be in the beginning, and that is how all of them are going to follow, okay? So I just butt it up next to this one right here, and then I'm like, okay, that looks about right. So that's when I go ahead and make it tighter, and it's just a half right there. That's it. We're not going to add that double knot part on there. And then this part right here, you're going to work it into your wrapping. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to hold this here, and I kind of hold this down, and then I'm going to wrap it. From here is where I wrap it. And then I just, when I'm wrapping it, I'm continuously just butting it right next to each other. I do not put any adhesive onto it. And then when I do a little bit, then I grab the whole thing with my left hand, and then I continue wrapping. I don't add adhesive. The reason why I don't add adhesive is because it makes it stiff, and I don't like that. And if you add adhesive, liquid adhesive, it's gonna goop out in between the threading of all of this. I don't want any of that, and you don't really need to. So, and plus two, in order for me to hang my jump ring with charms on it, I can't have it adhered, and you'll see it when I actually do that. So as I'm wrapping this, let me unwrap this a little bit more. Okay, so as I keep working up, I'm gonna hold this even closer to my work. Okay, and this is genuinely all that it's to it. And you're gonna make sure it's kind of a snug wrap. Don't make it loose, okay? And because you're wrapping it kind of tightly, it's gonna make it longer, because it's actually, you know, kind of stretching it in a sense. And you're gonna see at the end when I actually check it next to the other one, you're gonna see how it got longer all of a sudden. It's crazy. And then what you're gonna do as you're wrapping this, check all the way around to see, like right there, there's that gap. Well, for this one, because it's the end piece, I can just push this up with my nail, and I can fix that at the end. That part doesn't matter, but you want to check for gaps like that through here. And then if you do, just push it down a little bit. Because none of this is adhered, you can still push it down, okay? So you just want to make sure that you're periodically, after every so many wraps, that you are checking for any gaps, okay? Still good. Let's take some more of this off, and then we're just gonna keep wrapping. Oops. And then also too, as you wrap, it's gonna start wanting to unravel all on its own. So that is okay if it does. So do not wig out, okay? So we're still doing good. And we're just gonna keep on wrapping. All right, let me pull a little bit more of this stuff off. And I do not, if you see right now, I don't cut it off prematurely. I keep it on the spool, so we're not like wasting. All right, so let's go ahead and check where we're at, okay? So what we do is we are going to butt it underneath the rainbow, and then we're gonna check on this side, okay? And we're gonna squeeze it in a little bit because it does move. So see right there. So see, I wrapped too much, so now I know that I can come in here and unravel a portion of it. So we'll hold this here. And see how much is left over? Because it squeezes it as you're wrapping, okay? So we have, okay. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and cut this off. These are not good scissors. Okay, and then what I do is with this final one, this is the only time I will add hot glue. And that is just because I'm adding just a smidge right next. Oops, that was more than a smidge. That's okay. And you will see right here, and then I just put this down so that the glue just sticks to that, and then I just grab my finger and wipe that part off while it's still wet. And honestly, it's not, well, it's not hot to me. And it's not enough for it to be gooey everywhere and for it to make a difference, okay? So then after that, we're gonna go ahead and cut off this loose part. Okay, then we're gonna squeeze these two together, match it up to make sure we cut it off equal portion. Okay. Alrighty. And then we have this one. And then you see it's like this. All you gotta do is unravel it with your fingers. That's it. You don't have to do anything crazy. All right? So then you have that right there. So that's one in here. If in case, I'll get to that part. I don't wanna jump too far ahead. All right, let's do the last little one. And we have this one. And then we are gonna, okay. And we're gonna cut this little piece off. And now we're gonna go back to, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and do the gray, because this is my fourth color. I was gonna jump back and do a blue, but then I'm like, let's just make every color different. It's all good. And these are the only 4 colors I like. They had a brown, black, and white. I'm like, really? You guys couldn't come up with like maybe yellow, orange, just like another pretty color? You're killing me. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to this again, and we're gonna tie a half knot, just the one, just lightly, until we measure it and make sure that it's correct. Oops, let's scoot this over here. I got a lot of stuff going on the other side of my desk. Sorry, guys. Let's move my tools out of the way. Okay. So now we're gonna measure it next to this one right here. Okay, pretty good guesstimate. Now we're gonna grab this, pull this up, because we're gonna work it into the wraps. All right. And then we're gonna start the whole wrap again. See? Easy, right? And it's crazy because you'll see somebody's project. Here, let's check on the other side because I have a feeling, yeah. Squeeze them in, pull it down a little bit, close up that white gaps. Because sometimes, like when you see a project, just like me, you'll see it and you're like thinking, I know I can do that, but I don't know how this little part is done, or I don't get how that part is done. And then you look at them making it and you're like, oh my gosh, really, that was it? But sometimes that's what it takes, you know? We just need to watch somebody, and that's okay. I get it. I'm no different. I'm a visual learner. Okay? So you see how we're just working it into the wrap. We're going to check all the way around. We don't see that we missed any gaps. And we're going to keep wrapping. Hide all of that inside. And then we're just going to keep on wrapping. All right. So hopefully you guys can find this. I do know I got messages of some people saying they were going to look at their Hobby Lobby, and hopefully they can find it. And hopefully you do, because this is fun. I use this same on my butterfly garland. So, you know, you'll get more bang out of your buck using this. And I love it because it's thick. And you see how fast we go through making this, as opposed to, you know, using embroidery thread, which is a lot more flimsy. And I can imagine it would probably be a little more difficult to work with. I tried it and I was like, yeah, I'm over it. Over it. All right, so now we're gonna check on the inside. Oops. All right, we have this one, and we're gonna put it up here. Yep, I did too much of a wrap. So we're gonna take off 1, 2, 3. We're gonna match it back in here again. And kind of shape it so you can make sure. All right, yeah, that looks good. All right. Cut that off. So see, there's no wasting of this one. All right, then we're gonna get our hot glue. Let me make sure I didn't take it too far. Okay, and then we're gonna put a little bit right there. Okay. We're gonna wrap just this one time. You only wrap it on the top. You don't have to continuously wrap it around hot glue. Okay. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and cut this off. All right, see how much got left over? Because we're just squeezing it and it turns out like that. So we're gonna go ahead and cut off the excess. Okay. All right, now to go ahead and attach all of these, which is, I use this right here. You could easily use Fabri-Tac as well, okay? I just prefer this right here. And, all right, so. This right here, what I do with these, okay, let me push it up a little bit more because there was some gaps. Okay, so what I do is, as I'm turning this, you see that we ended our work here and this is where we started our work. So these are the imperfect sides. So I want to make sure that every time I adhere these, that all of the imperfect sides are up, not back, because we're going to cover that. Okay. So we grab this. This is how I do it. And then I'll add adhesive to the middle, all the way around. And don't be heavy-handed, because this is where we want, it'll seep through a little bit. There's no way to avoid that, honestly. Okay, then we're gonna, here, let's move that apart. And we're gonna kind of like squeeze it in here. Okay. And that's where we're kind of like squeezing it and molding the shape at the same time, okay? And it stays wet for a little bit, guys. It doesn't dry super fast, but it also doesn't take very long. If in case you see that you have like a little bit seeping through here, I just get my nail, but you can grab something, some type of tool, get it while it's still wet, okay? And then that's what we do here. All right, then we grab this again. You see right here how those two are not even? It's okay, we're gonna cover it. So we're gonna go ahead and again, add some more adhesive to the top, right in the middle. And then we're gonna put it underneath this one. The beauty of liquid adhesive is it gives you time. Okay. So I just quickly hold that for a little bit, kind of mold it. And then because it's seeping through a little bit, I just grab my nail and just grab a little bit that's coming through. And we're just gonna hold it a little bit and mash it together. Push it down, close it in a little bit. Okay, it's still okay. Now we're gonna do the last one. All right, and now we're gonna put it under the last one. All right. Okay, so this is where you get to fix how they are adjusted to get them where they need to be, okay? Okay, and to have a little bit seeping through here. And try to, like when you do it, try to, you know, make sure that you're scooting it down the glue, because if you scrape it up here, it's gonna dry and it's gonna kind of like have like a, can't, let's see on here. You don't see it because I cleaned it up pretty well. But you see like how on my finger, how it has like that kind of like that snotty little dry type of look? That's kind of how it'll look on the fabric if you clean it and you're wiping it towards it. So I suggest that as you're cleaning it, you know, you just grab whatever tool you have lightly all the way around and make sure that, you know, you kind of push it back in a little bit. You know, you don't want for the adhesive to come up. I don't know if that makes any sense what I'm saying right now. But see, like right here, see how it's getting tacky? It's already starting to dry. So all I do in this part right here is I'm just molding it to the shape I want it to be, okay? So you have something to look at, okay? So this is the shape that I want it in right now. It's pretty okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this on first before we do the decorating part. So I'm gonna take the one hoop that doesn't have anything on it. Okay. These large ones I get from Hobby Lobby. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna gauge the middle. Here, let's do this. Okay, where you think the middle is. And I grabbed about 3 of these loops right here. Oh, geez. All right, well, that flicked right back off on me. So let's try that again. All right. And then I have 1, 2, 3. Did I gauge that right? Let's see. Yeah, that looks right in the middle. So at that point, I grab my next one. It's probably because I should have used my needle nose that had the ridges on it. It wouldn't have flicked off on me. Okay. And then that's how you do it. That's it, guys. Really easy. And that's the reason why I don't add adhesive, so that it would be very easy to add the thing. And once everything sticks, it's not going to come off. Okay. So this part right here, now that we have this part done, I'm using my super cool sequin mix that I got from Haley, who is not sparkling, I just gave her a new name, Supreme Glitter Queen. It's hard to remember everybody's YouTube names sometimes, okay? But this mix is like an all-time favorite of all her mixes. This right here, game stopper. All right. So this right here is my ride or die adhesive. I use this for so much. Absolute fave. Okay. And then all I do with this right here is I'm just adding all to the end about where I want things to fall. Okay. This glue dries clear, FYI. So when you see this white, you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's gonna look so gross. It's gonna show through. It doesn't, I promise. All right, so we're gonna start with that. Okay. And I get this and I just let it fall where it falls. Okay. And then I kind of like squish it down. So whatever sticks will hold on. And whatever don't will fall off. All right. Just push it down a little bit. See how cool that is? Super easy, guys, like crazy easy. Okay. Then all I do is on the other side, I'm gonna add the same thing. I just keep going back and forth with how high I want all the sequins. You guys can always add pom-poms here too. You don't have to do it this way. I was really inspired by Instagram on a girl who made this. I believe she's an Etsy store. I believe she sells them at an Etsy store, or she sells them on her Insta. I don't remember what it was because it was just a post. And I loved it. I was thinking, oh my gosh, that is such a cool idea. So I'm gonna assume, I don't have no clue how she could have hand done these like one at a time. To me, that's doing too much. I'm not doing that. Okay. And then whatever doesn't stick, let it fall. And then we'll just pat it down some more. All right. And then we look to see, okay, is it even? Should I add more? And I can see that I still want to add, come on. And you know, I have to still cut through here even because I see that they're uneven. So don't worry guys, I see it. All right. And it's like wherever else you think you may want to add more sequins or whatever little goodies you want to add to it. Okay. And then we're just gonna let this drop on here. Put that little pieces right there. Okay, so, and that is kind of how I do the ends of the rainbow. Okay, then after that, all I do, now I'm gonna sporadically put little daubs of glue wherever I want things to stick to. Okay, and since this is liquid glue, I can pre-do all my dots and it's not gonna dry quick enough. So this is really easy, guys. This is like really fun to do. I hope you give it a try. All right. Then all I do is I grab my handy dandy picker and there we go. This is the one I use. It's a jewel picker. Get it from Frank's, but everybody has their own form of little jewel pickers. And there you go. And then I just grab whatever it is I want, let it fall however it wants. All right, grab this little star, stick it there, and that's it. Seriously, this is like stinking easy peasy stuff right here. I love, love, love this. And I liked that it was, you know, I'm all about like instant gratification, guys. And let me grab another one. And the fact that this was easy for me to do, I was all about that life, right? Who doesn't love easy? And I'll put this here. So whatever little sequins you want to add, little jemmies. Oops. You can go ahead and add them. And that's it, guys. So I hope that this was helpful to you guys, and again, give it a try. If you do, please let me know. So let me see how it worked out for you. And don't be discouraged, guys, if you don't get it the first round. Just keep trying. You will get it because it's pretty cool. Once you get the hang of it, you just don't want to stop making them. As you see, this is my third one, but I'll be gifting these. I don't need to keep all of these. That's crazy. So, and always remember too, if you use the Nuvo, I can tell you that it does dry clear. If you use a different adhesive, I can't guarantee how that'll dry. But this is it. So see how fun? So when this dries, I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna clean up the edges where it's not even on both sides. And then also too, you'll see on this side, if I can do it without messing everything up, there is no, all of the work is in the front, so you won't see any of that in the back part. Let me show you this side right here. So I did all of it to where the work was underneath that, underneath the clusters of sequins. And that's it. Easy peasy. All right, guys, that's it. Hope you guys have an amazing and remaining of your week, a blessed week, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.